Let's now go ahead and look what this design or how this design will actually look like. Therefore, we can use this preview button. It will open a new tab in your browser, and as you can see, this is how your tournament will look like when you actually use this template inside of an actual tournament. And it already looks kind of fine, but a few things are a bit strange. For example, this right area here is very cramped up. This information is way too near each other. We should separate it a bit so it's better readable. And maybe some values like the tournament name could be bigger, the timer could also be bigger, and the information of the buy-in should maybe be a bit smaller. So let's go ahead and change this. For example, let's click on the timer here. We can open the text controls here, and we can go ahead and size it up a bit so it's a bit bigger. And also we can say that it should be aligned in the middle, so it's always vertically centered. Let's go ahead and watch again. Oh, this looks already much nicer. Bigger numbers, and it's more in the center, which is a bit more pleasing to the eye. All right, let's continue. My tournament name, I want it to be a bit bigger. Let's just increase the size a bit. The level 1 information, I don't know, maybe it's not that important. Let's make it a bit smaller. The actual blinds is something I really want to see. Let's make them bigger, a bit bolder. Great. This information is also not that important, so let's make it a bit smaller. Exactly the same with these informations here. All right, let's check out the preview again. Oh, this looks already great, but we still need to get some space between these different kinds of informations. And this is what our margins and borders are for. Just open this area and select the components where you want to get a little bit space between. And let's first separate the bottom part from the top part. Let's go ahead and say we want to have a little bit of margin, like 25, and instantly check out our preview again. As you can see, this already got drawn back to the bottom. So we have a little bit of space here, but we could use a bit more space, I think. So let's increase it to 50. And now it's already looking fine. We have some needed space in between here. Okay, so the last step would be separating the current blinds from the next round's blinds, because they're a bit too close to each other for me. Okay, let's go back to the designer, select the container with the next up text inside it, and give it also some margin, let's say 30. And at the same time, let's say that the text should be displayed more at the bottom, so it's closer to the actual values it represents, right? Okay, maybe, yes, exactly. So let's go to the preview again and see, oh, very well, we have created some more space between those values. Okay, so there are actually more than one way to create a room between components and containers, but this is subject to a different tutorial. All right, let's go ahead and also create some room under the tournament name, and maybe let's center it vertically. Let's go ahead and check this one out. This looks pretty good. This is a display design I could really use at one of my tournaments. Okay, so the last step would be maybe we can add some more styling. You can go ahead and select the container you want to change and maybe change the font color a bit. So you can turn off the usage of the default color and then just pick one which you like the most. Maybe we can also add some outline to it in some different color. I don't know, let's be fancy here with our blue color. And of course, you could change every component like this. You can change the fonts if you like. We have a few here you can choose here from. Oh, this one looks a bit weird. Let's go ahead and take some. I don't know, let's take this one, for example. And of course, you could also change the backgrounds. You can add images here, but as mentioned earlier, this is some advanced topics for a different tutorial. We can check out our tournament here again, and as you can see, it looks kind of cool. So the last step for us is now saving the tournament so we can actually use it in our real tournaments. And this is what the save button here is for. I would first enter some name, like here basic design, with some description to display it to the user, and then go ahead and click save. And UHT will now create the configuration for you and show you how it looks like at the light and the dark theme of the application. And now you could also download it and share it with your friends or on Reddit at our community, or go directly to the tournaments page, create a tournament. Let's name it test, create a blind structure, and of course you can now select your freshly created clock, besides the default ones which are provided with UHT by default. Let's go. You can also select the drop down here and go back to the editor and change your styling a bit more, export it to maybe use it on a different computer or delete it. But right now we just want to select our design. Now select our tournament, and as you can see, we have created here our tournament. We can start it and have fun with our new freshly designed custom template. Of course, all the tournament controls are still here, so you can cycle through the levels, you can pause and continue, track your entries, and so on. Everything works exactly the same as with our default designs, but now you have, of course, your own special design. And of course, you can still use the adjustment controls here to maybe increase the sizes of different things which you maybe need to be bigger or smaller right from the tournament itself without needing to go back to the editor. Okay, so this was our little tutorial how to create a basic design for UHT. I hope you liked it and learned something and will be able to create your own tournaments in no time. All right, so this is from me. I hope you enjoy using the Ultimate Hold'em timer. I'm always open for feedback, so if you have ideas, suggestions, or found a bug, please contact me. I'm really trying to create the best user experience possible. And yeah, I guess we'll see you on Reddit or on the tournament table. Bye bye.